Hello again, everyone. Blue and Green by Miles Davis, a haunting melody. How many measures does this thing have? It looks like, is it 12? Is it a blues? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, only 10 measures. And, a great album, I think, is, what is the album called? I'll put it up there. But, it's a pretty long song, and Bill Evans is the piano player, and he does some nice rich variations on the chords and all that. I'm going to be a little more basic today because the viewer who wanted this song just wanted to know, what scales do I use to improvise on it? And I'm not going to quite answer that question in the typical way. What I'm going to do is look at the extensions or tensions or color tones, three terms that all mean the same thing. You'll find that a lot in music. More than one term. Decrescendo and diminuendo, same thing, as far as I know. B flat, major seventh, and the chart calls for a sharp 11. And if you think about the extensions that are allowed on a major seventh chord, they are simply the 9, the sharp 11, and the 13. And if you combine all those notes into a scale, you actually get the appropriate scale for this chord. That's not to say that you can't use all the other notes as well, but this is a good place these are good notes to hang your hat on. And especially the tensions, that's what I like to call them, because they add tension to the chord, It kind of wants to resolve like that. So when you're improvising, right there, I've utilized those notes to create a more interesting line than, just something in B flat. That's not interesting unless you like nursery rhymes. That's more interesting because I use the 9 and the sharp 11. All right. Now I'll quickly go through the rest. A7 with a sharp 9. It is possible to use the diminished scale with this, but usually, when you see an altered tension like this, it's a sharp 9 or a flat 9 even. The altered scale is a good choice. With the flat 9, usually you're thinking more diminished as your first choice, but either scale can be effective because they both start off the same way, with the flat 9, the sharp 9, then the third, then the sharp 11, and then, depending on which scale it is. Okay, you got two different choices there. But I just used it as an altered chord with the altered scale. And when you're adding altered tensions to a chord, what are they? They are the flat 9, the sharp 9, the sharp 11, that's it, and the flat 13. Now, it might be easier to think of this. My old jazz teacher's going to hate me for this, but it might be easier to think of this as a flat 5 and a sharp 5. Right? You know where the 5 is. Flat 5 and sharp 5. Anyway, these chords here that you see up above my head there, I'm not telling you to play the chord like this. I mean, it's legal, but it doesn't really sound very good. The first one does. But the next one, you leave some of those out maybe and just go, just those maybe, or maybe something like that. But anyway, if you're improvising, once again, see, I used all 4 of those tensions there. Yeah, let me play that again. And then, all right. And for minor chords, it's very similar to major chords. It's the 9th, the 11th, and the 13. With a major chord, it's the sharp 11, but with a minor chord, 9, 11, and 13. There's the tensions. Use all the white keys. But, using those 9, 11s, and 13s is very nice. It's just a dominant chord, and it could have been an altered chord, but I just know from experience that the one that sounds the best, it's kind of half altered. You've got a regular 9 and a regular 13, and then it's got a sharp 11. So you can't say it's unaltered. You can't say it's altered, but it fits in an unaltered situation pretty good. That's unaltered, right? But once you put that sharp 11 in, I think it's still unaltered, basically. It's going to function the same way. Then we get C minor, same as D minor. Let's put a minor triad a whole step above. All right, E7's kind of the same thing. F7, sorry. Here, I think you can go either way. You can go with the unaltered sound, or you can go with the altered sound, and I'll do like a 2-5-1 using both ideas here. So let's start with C minor. All right, maybe do one more line like that. Yeah. Just in making these videos, I come up with new shit all the time. So I'm always thinking, well, I'll cover that in the next video. All right, then we're back to B flat, was previously covered. A7 altered again. I think the chart, what does the chart say? Flat 13, okay. That's flat 13. You might think it's an augmented seventh and suggest the whole tone scale, but I don't hear him play it that way. But let's just use altered. I think that's probably the best. Then we're on to D minor 6-9. That really means don't play the seventh and suggests the minor melodic ascending. But I really think you can get away with like playing a D minor 13 here. It's got the 9, it's got the 6. But with the 7, we call it the 13. So, you got to try out different stuff too. I don't know how I'd play it if I was starting back here on B flat. Yeah, that was like a D minor with the minor melodic ascending scale. But like I say, I think the Dorian will work fine on that as well. So all white keys. Try to, hit the notes. All right, one solo, and I'm out of here. That sucked.